Okay, Hare Krishna everybody. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mahyam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. Any more to join? So today's session is going to be on Guru Ashtakam. Okay, this is very important. A mandatory interview question as well. Yeah. You can see the screen, right? So, Guru Ashtakam, we all know, this is the very first thing we sing, right? We begin our day with Guru Ashtakam, that is Mangalarti Bhajan, right? Samsara Dava Nananidha Loka. So, why is Guru Ashtakam so important? Anybody knows? Why is it so important to glorify our Guru? Why should we begin our day with Guru Ashtakam?
Hare Krishna Mataji, because he will connect us with Krishna.
He will connect us?
With Krishna.
He'll connect us with Krishna, yeah. Any other answers? Anybody?
Hare Krishna Mataji, he is the representative of Krishna.
He is the representative of Krishna, yes, very good. And?
Hare Krishna Mataji, you cannot reach Krishna without Guru's mercy.
Guru's mercy, yes. Very nice. So basically, yeah, tell me,
It
Rajiv
obeys
Prabhuji.
to the Guru.
Sorry?
It is obeys to the Guru. Pranam.
Yeah, doing pranam. Beginning your day with doing pranam to the Guru. Yeah, very nice. So these are different ways, okay? I mean, different reasons why Guru Ashtakam is so important. So mainly, like all of you said, Guru is Sakshad Haritvena. We see that, right, in Guru Ashtakam. Sakshad Haritvena. So Guru is none other than, I mean, he's not different from Hari himself. He and Krishna are same because Guru is a representative of Krishna, like you all said. And Prabhupada is the founder Acharya. And why is his name called Prabhupada? What is Prabhupada? What is Prabhupada and Vishnupad? What does it indicate? It's there in the name itself.
Mataji, it means Lord Krishna's charan.
Yeah. So why is the name Prabhupada?
He takes to the lotus feet of Krishna.
Yeah. How? Why are they able to take? Why not others not able to take? Nobody knows? Yeah, see, the answer is Prabhupada means Prabhu means Krishna and Pad means lotus feet of the Lord, right? So Prabhupada, those acharyas who have the title Prabhupada or Vishnupad, they are representations or representatives of Krishna's lotus feet. They are not different from Krishna's lotus feet. They are like incarnations of Krishna's lotus feet. Lotus feet of the Lord, and these acharyas are not different. That is how we need to understand, right? So they are like lotus feet of the Lord in human form. We can see them, we can talk to them, we can serve them, right? Out of their causeless mercy, Krishna's lotus feet has come down in the form of these acharyas. That is the kind of respect we need to show to these acharyas, and that's why they are called pure devotees. Pure devotees are transcendental, right? Their bodies are also transcendental. Japataka Swami Guru Maharaj is facing so many health issues, right? But he is happy. He is not affected at all with all the health issues that he has. He's least bothered about those health issues. Why? Because his body is transcendental body. That's why these acharyas' bodies are not, when they leave this world. I'm not audible? Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, you are audible.
I'm audible? Okay. So when Jayapataka Swami or any of these pure devotees, when they leave this world and when they go back to Goloka, you know what happens? Their bodies are not burnt like other devotees' bodies. I mean other people's bodies. But their bodies are, they're given samadhi. Their samadhi is built around their body. They're not burnt. Why? Because their bodies are transcendental. Okay, and that is a evidence. That is the evidence why we don't burn their bodies, because their bodies are transcendental. Okay, same as the Lord. Yeah, so let's begin today's class on this note. So let's glorify our Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. So today's class is on this bhajan, okay, Guru Ashtakam. So we will first recite the bhajan, and then we will look through the translation, understand properly, and then each of you can recite, because we need to learn this bhajan. It's a mandatory question in interviews, okay? Either you'll be asked to sing the entire song, or they will tell you, sing this particular verse, okay, and you need to be in a position to sing that. Or they will quote the verse and they say, translate this particular verse, right? So you should be able to translate it, as in clearly explain the meaning of that verse. Okay, so questions will be this way. It will not be very straight, okay, sing Guru Ashtakam. No, that's not the way they ask, okay? So they are going to twist and turn and ask you questions. You should be in a position to answer. Okay, let's begin. Samsara nalalidha loka Tranaya karunya ghana ghanantvam Samsara nalalidha loka Tranaya karunya ghana ghanantvam Praptasya kalyana gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindham Praptasya kalyana gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. So the meaning, we will do verse by verse, okay? So the meaning is, the spiritual master is receiving benediction from the ocean of mercy, just as a cloud pours water on a forest fire to extinguish it. So the spiritual master delivers the materially afflicted world by extinguishing the blazing fire of material existence. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master, who is an ocean of auspicious qualities. Right? So in Bhagavatam also it is said, Vaishnava is supposed to have certain qualities. Titikshavaha, Kanunikaha, Ajatashatruva, goes on. Right? So only when a devotee has these qualities in full, okay, and even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna suggests 20 plus qualities Vaishnava is supposed to have. Only when you have these qualities in full, you are called a devotee. A devotee means pure devotee of the Lord. Okay, and then you become a representation of the Lord. And pure devotees, you know how they are? They are paradukha dukhi. What is paradukha dukhi? They feel sad looking at others' sufferings and others' miseries. But what are we? We are all paradukha sukhi. We get happy when we see others suffering, right? But pure devotees are not like that. They become sad and they pity, and they are very compassionate. Okay, they are very, very compassionate. When they see others suffering, they want to help them somehow and bring them out of the suffering and give them eternal real happiness. And that is Krishna. Krishna is the happiness, right? Satchitananda. So for that, these acharyas who come down directly from spiritual world, they do not even belong to this world. They're directly from spiritual world. Like our Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, is an eternal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's participated in Chaitanya Leela, right? He's not from this world. He's from transcendental world. He's from spiritual world, right? So these acharyas, out of their causeless mercy, they come to this world, right? They come to this world to deliver us fallen souls, right? They're ocean of mercy. And that's why it's given here, they're ocean of mercy. And just like how cloud pours water and extinguishes the forest fire. So what is forest fire here? In our life, the material existence in itself is forest fire, right? The material existence is a forest fire. And we know all that, right? Krishna himself says, Dukkhalem ashashvatam. And we all know very well how this material world, material allurements are trapping us every single day, right? So the law, Krishna sends his representatives in the form of these acharyas. They come to deliver the materially afflicted souls, okay? By extinguishing this fire of material existence, okay, through love. They give their compassion, they show their love, they show their mercy, and through that this material existence will be we will be free from material existence. That is the power of a guru, right? That is the power of a guru. And they are not supposed to be taken or looked at on a spiritual a material platform. They are not supposed to be considered human beings, okay? They are not human beings. Whatever Prabhupada says, it has come true. In our own Guru Maharaj's life, it has come true. So what happened? Guru Maharaj did not know Bengali when he initially got in touch with Prabhupada. He is an American, right? So he did not know Bengali, okay? So in the airport, okay, he was, I think for visa or something, there was some test going on. Okay, and Indian languages, you need to know Indian languages if you need to stay here for a long time, right? So that time what happened, at least those days, this was something there, okay? So Prabhupada was like, Japataka Swami Guru Maharaj didn't know what to say because he does not know any Indian languages. Prabhupada comes and says, you know what? He's very fluent in Bengali. He can read Bengali, he can write Bengali, he can talk in Bengali. Very, very fluent he is, right? Prabhupada just made that statement out of nowhere. And Japataka Swami was like, what? I don't know Bengali. Okay, he was thinking in his mind, why did Prabhupada say that? And today we all see, right, how fluent Jayapataka Swami is in Bengali. He speaks so fluently. He has composed songs. Yadi Prabhupada na hoy to is composed by Jayapataka Swami, right? So he is composing songs in Bengali. He speaks Bengali. He writes Bengali. He reads Bengali. So fluent he is. He's more like, now he's like Bengali only, right? So whenever Prabhupada says something, it does not go wrong. It is always right because they are representation of Krishna himself, right? And so when they say something, when they make a statement, it will come true somehow or the other. It will come true, right? And one more instance, if we have to say, once what happened, Guru Maharaj and his associates went to Bangladesh, okay, and they wanted to go somewhere, but they actually got lost. Okay, the way they could not find the right way to reach their destination. Okay, so they were in a car, they were going here and there, everywhere. Finally it was like a forest. They entered into that forest. They didn't know what to do, where to go, right? And it was dark also. Then Japataka Swami Guru Maharaj, he was like, wait. He was like, I will show you the way. And automatically he was like, take right, take left, take right, take left. And finally they reached the destination they are supposed to reach. And you know, Guru Maharaj, that was the first time he traveled to Bangladesh. And he was able to guide the driver properly. How did this happen? I already told you, he's an eternal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So he's participated in Chaitanya Leela. So Chaitanya Leela happened, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to East Bengal and all this has happened in Chaitanya Leela. So that's how Guru Maharaj got that remembrance. Okay, this is the way, that is the way, this turn, that turn. So he started guiding and they all reached the destination, right? Smoothly. So these are all evidences that Krishna gives us to prove that these personalities are transcendental personalities. They do not belong to the material world. Okay, it's out of their causeless mercy that they come to this world. It's out of their causeless mercy that they come to this world. They do not have to come. They do not have to come. It's just to deliver us that they come to this world. Okay, so we need to be very, very highly, grateful to them and offer our gratitude to them. That is why we have to do Guru Puja every single day. After you get initiated, it's a must. Okay, just keep a photo and offer flowers. That's all. Okay, that's very important. Next. महाप्रभो कीर्तन नृत्य गीता वादित्रमाध्यामनुसुरसेना रोमाञ्चकान्ताश्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम्. Chanting the holy name, dancing in ecstasy, singing and playing musical instruments, the spiritual master is always gladdened by the Sankirtana movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he is relishing the mellows of pure devotion within his mind, sometimes his bodily hairs stand on end, he feels quivering in his body, and tears flow from his eyes like waves. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. So, spiritual master is a practitioner. When he instructs something for us, he himself does it first. Okay, so he chants the holy name. He dances in ecstasy. He sings. He plays musical instruments, right? And he is always ever excited when it comes to Sankirtana movement or glorifying the Lord, right? And so that's why these pure devotees are not like normal people. Normal people, they don't do anything. When they have to advise or something like that, they increase the standard and they start advising. This is how you should do. This is how you need to do that, this and all, right? But they first put into practice, show by an example what a devotee has to do, and then start preaching, right? That makes them exalted. Why are other devotees not exalted? Why are these exalted? Is because of this. Okay, so they show by example. They themselves show it. Like even Krishna accepted a guru, right? Sandipani Muni. Krishna should have told, no, I am Jagat Guru myself. Why do I need a guru? No, he was like, whatever I do, people will follow that, right? Yad yad achariti shrestha. Leaders are followed. So leaders need to be responsible enough to show by example what needs to be done and what shouldn't be done. Okay, so because he's relishing the mellows of pure devotion within his mind, sometimes his bodily hairs stand on end. So these are all Ashtasattvik vikar, right? The symptoms of Krishna Prem. When you get Krishna Prem, you undergo these symptoms. Hair stands on end, you become unconscious, your voice chokes, you cry, right? You cry and laugh at the same time, you start sweating, you start shivering, right? Your body trembles, all these things happen, right? So he's showing all these symptoms. That means they have gotten Krishna Prem. Unless they get Krishna Prem, they cannot give others Krishna Prem. Right? So that means if they've gotten Krishna Prem, that means Krishna belongs to them. Krishna belongs to them. So that's why they're able to give us Krishna. That's why they're able to recommend us to Krishna. Right? So that's why without Gurudev, Guru is like a captain of the ship. Without Guru, we cannot reach the shore. Okay? Very important. Sri Vigraharadhana Nitya Nam Nam Shringarataan Mandiramarjanado Yuktasya Bhaktamscha Niyonjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. The spiritual master is always engaged in the temple worship of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. He also engages his disciples in such worship. They dress the deities in beautiful clothes and ornaments, clean their temple, and perform other similar worship of the Lord. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such spiritual master. This is very important. Okay, so because those days when Prabhupada went to America, okay, there was no practicing bhakti at home. It's like you either, if you want to practice bhakti, you either join a temple or you get married to a devotee and then you can practice bhakti together. There was no staying at home with if your family members are non-devotees, you cannot stay with them and say I'm practicing bhakti. It's not going to work. Prabhupada knew it very well. Those days at least it was impractical highly. So what he used to say, he used to be like, come and stay in the temple. This is a society, right? ISKCON, International Society. right? It's a society created for you all to come and stay in the temple, right? And Prabhupada used to teach them everything right from the scratch, right? How to dress the deity, how to bathe the deities, how to sweep the temple, how to mop the temple, how to dance in the kirtan, right? How to drape dhotis, that also Prabhupada used to teach. How to cook rice, everything Prabhupada taught them. They are Westerners, they do not know, right? So here, they themselves do it. First, spiritual master does it, and he also engages others to worship, and he also engages others in the service to the Lord, right? He used to clean. Spiritual master cleans the temple. Okay, Shri Vigrahara Dhananitya Namna Shringara Tanmandira Marjanam, cleaning the temple, dressing the deities, right? And other similar worshipping activities. So here it's very important. That's where devotee association comes in the picture. The Prabhupada used to say, outright he used to say, you cannot do bhakti at home if you're not having support of, if you're not associating with devotees. Prabhupada used to say, if you think you are strong enough, in your willpower, and if you want to do bhakti at home, which is surrounded with non-devotees, you are hallucinating. Prabhupada used to literally say this. Okay, because mind is stronger than we think. Okay, anybody can get carried away by mind. Okay, like there's this who is this Surabhi Abhipalayantam. He was a very great devotee. Okay, he used to make plans. He was an architect. So he used to design temples. Okay, he used to design temples. The temple you see in Vrindavan, that is also designed by him only. Okay, so many temples he used to design. He used to work directly with Prabhupada. He's initiated by Prabhupada. He got sannyas ashram also, sannyas diksha also from Prabhupada. He used to design temples, and Prabhupada was very pleased with the service. And he said one day, if you continue to design temples like this, I mean, you are doing such a nice job. You know what Krishna is doing for you in Vaikuntha? Krishna is designing a palace for you, a house for you in Vaikuntha. So that when you leave this body and go to Vaikuntha, you can go and stay in the house which is designed by Krishna. Right? Because you are designing temples for him here, Krishna is planning a house for you in Vaikuntha. Right? Personally, Krishna has planned for you a house in Vaikuntha. So that kind of a devotee he was. But unfortunately, he got carried away by mind. When Prabhupada left this world, he got carried away by his mind. He did not even, bother to stay in the temple. Forget about that. He stopped chanting. He started drinking. He got married to a woman. Right? Sannyasis are not supposed to get married. He got married. He forgot his guru. He forgot everything. Okay, he left India, he went and settled in some other country abroad, and he started doing all kinds of sinful activities, drinking and smoking and everything. Right? He's an initiated disciple, a sannyasi, doing all these things. Right? But a guru will not leave you. Guru will not leave you even if you leave the guru. So what Prabhupada said, you will go to Vaikuntha and stay in your house. That's what he said, right? So that person, Surabhi Abhipalayantam, was detected with cancer. So he came to India for treatment, and there Vrindavan temple's anniversary was going on. Okay, so that time these devotees found him and brought him to the temple. Harinam Sankirtan was going on in the temple. Okay, a huge Harinam was going on, and he left his body there. He just collapsed and he left his body there, right, in the presence of Harinam Sankirtan. Okay, he was hearing Harinam and he left his body. That too on Vrindavan land, Vrajabhumi, right? So it's pakka that he's going to go to Vaikuntha. Guru will not leave you. So when Prabhupada says something, or when our gurus say something, it will happen. It will happen. We just have to have faith. Okay, we just have to have faith, right? So Prabhupada delivered him to Vaikuntha, right? He went. This is how it is. So Guru is in fact, more merciful than Krishna. So Nityananda Prabhu was more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Jagai Madai. Nityananda Prabhu was like requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to deliver Jagai Madai. Although Jagai Madai hurt him, right? So gurus are always more merciful than Krishna. They are mercy incarnation, right? Chaturveda Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadhana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sangha Kirtvaiva Triptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam. Spiritual master is always offering Krishna 4 kinds of delicious foods. Okay, so foods are of 4 kinds. One that is licked, chewed, drunk, and sucked. These are 4 kinds of foodstuffs we can offer to the Lord. Okay, so the spiritual master himself cooks and offers these delicious foodstuffs to the Lord. And when the spiritual master sees that devotees are satisfied by eating Bhagavad Prasad, he is satisfied. Right? I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. Very important. See, when he sees his devotees satisfied, when he sees his disciples happy, he is happy. Right? So that is the quality of a spiritual master. He gets pleased very easily. Spiritual masters, gurus get pleased very easily. Pleasing Krishna might be challenging, but pleasing Gurudev is not challenging, because they all they want to see is some kind of effort. Some kind of effort if you put in, they will be pleased. So it's very easy. And if your guru is pleased, Krishna is pleased. Right? We see that in the last paragraph. Shri Radhika Madhavayora Madhurya Leela Gunarupa Namnam Pratikshana Swadhanalolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Spiritual master is always eager to hear and chant about the unlimited conjugal pastimes of Radha Krishna, okay, Radha Madhav, and about their qualities, names, and forms. Spiritual master aspires to relish these at every moment. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. So like I said, spiritual master, gurus do not belong to this world. They are directly from Goloka. Okay, they are directly from Goloka. And what happens in Goloka? Eternal pastimes of Radha Krishna happen. Right? And spiritual master is very eager to hear and chant about these conjugal pastimes that is happening in Goloka. Why? Because the roots are there. No, spiritual master belongs to that planet. So obviously it's a natural affinity that he has to glorify the Lord, the pastimes that is happening in Goloka. We don't even have any idea about these pastimes because we are not qualified. The curtain of Maya is covering us from these pastimes. But spiritual master has become a pure devotee, right? So for him, whatever is happening in Goloka is getting displayed in spiritual TV in his mind. Right? Live stream. Krishna live streams. Whatever happens in Goloka, it is live streamed on his spiritual TV in the mind. So constantly he is in association with Radha Krishna. So that way he is very eager to hear and chant about the unlimited conjugal pastimes of Radha Krishna and aspires to relish these at every moment. At every moment. See, leaving that, the spiritual master has come to this world. Why? For us. Can you imagine? For us, to deliver us. We are all fallen. You know, in Kali Yuga, what is the qualification to get delivered first? The more fallen you are, the faster you get delivered. That is the qualification. It's given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Right? Because all that is needed in Kali Yuga for people to get delivered to Krishna is sincerity and seriousness. These two are very, very important. Okay, we need to come out of our comfort zone and to do our sadhana. Okay, so we have, right, sadhana. We have a lot of things to do. All of you are preparing for initiation. You need to read these set of books. You need to know these set of ashtakams and all the other kirtans, bhajans, right? You need to know a lot of shlokas, lot of mantras that we have, Tilak mantra and all that, right? You're all preparing. We already discussed the questions also. What are the probable questions? So it's not easy. Okay, the sadhana list that we have for preparing for initiation is definitely not easy. And as it's our duty to come out of our comfort zone only to please him. He's come down for us. Causeless mercy. It's out of his causeless mercy that he's come down. Right? So, seriousness and sincerity is all that is needed. Okay, then we will excel in our sadhana. A lot of you asked that day, right? How do we prepare? So many questions are there. How do we clear the interview? The answer lies in devotion. You know, when I my Bhakti Vaibhav first class, okay, looking at the syllabus and all that, we were very tensed. We were like, oh my God, how do we clear this? It's so difficult. A lot of us thought of quitting also, right? But you know what? We were told the amount of devotion you have, only that is going to help you clear the exams. It's not how much you prepare, how much you read, how much you remember. Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha, Krishna says. I will give you the remembrance, right? So for that, we need to be sincere in our devotional service to the Lord. Faith, sincerity, seriousness. These three things are very, very important, right? We need to prove to Krishna in our heart as Paramatma. He's sitting there. We need to prove to him, show to him that you are trying your best. You want to do it. Laulyam, greed, right? Your desperate attitude is very important. I want to do it, Krishna, I'm trying hard, right? Show that you're trying hard to him, and then leave the rest to him. He will try. He will take care, right? निकुञ्जयूनो रतिकेलिसेऽध्यै यायालिभिर्योक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिधाक्ष्यादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम्. Spiritual master is very dear because he is expert in assisting the gopis who at different times make different tasteful arrangements for the perfection of Radha Krishna's conjugal loving affairs within the grooves of Vrindavan. Okay, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. Another evidence, he belongs to Golokam. What was spiritual master doing there? He was assisting the gopis in arranging for the pastimes between Radha Krishna, right? In Vrindavan's grooves. This was the service our spiritual masters were doing, right? So that is their position. That is their position. So do not doubt. Do not doubt in the process. It will work. And if it's not working, that means somewhere something is going wrong. Probably your sattvic lifestyle is going on. Your sadhana is getting affected. Only when these small things go wrong, then things won't work the way you want them to work in your sadhana, right? At that time, what happens? Natural tendency. We all start doubting the process. Process is right. The way we are doing it might be wrong. So we need to look back. We need to check. Okay, very important. Sakshadharittvena samasta shastrair uktastata bhavyata eva sadbhi kinto prabhorya priya eva tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Spiritual master is to be honored as much as the Supreme Lord because he is the most confidential servitor of the Lord. This is acknowledged in all the revealed scriptures and followed by all authorities. Right? Sakshad Hari. He is Sakshad Hari himself. He is not different from the Lord. Right? He is not different from the Lord. He is Hari himself because he is a representative of the Lord. Right? Guru Tattva is one. There are many gurus, right? We have so many gurus. Radhanath Swami, we had, and so many other gurus, right? Japataka Swami, Loknath Swami. So many people are there. But these are not different from each other because Guru Tattva is one. The message that they are preaching is one and the same, right? The message that they are preaching is one and the same. That is the Guru Tattva, right? So Tattva is the same. The principles that they are teaching is one and the same. So if their teachings are same, how can teachers be called different? They are all for one mission, right? So we need to consider all the gurus to be one. They are all disciples of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada is again lotus feet of the Lord, right? Representative of the lotus feet of the Lord himself. And so that's why Guru Maharaj or the spiritual master is honored as much as the Lord. Equal respect is given. Okay, because he is the most confidential servitor of the Lord, right? And very important. So that is his position. We need to respect his position. Okay. So yasya prasa. Yeah, we will go to the last one and then discuss. Okay. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya aprasada nagati gutopi dhyayan stuvam stasya yashasri sandhyam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Very important verse. Okay, very important verse. The interviewers, sometimes they might not ask any of the verses, but the last one, they will, mandatorily ask. Very, very important. Okay, so by the mercy of the spiritual master, one receives the benediction of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. Okay. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. If the spiritual master is pleased, Krishna is pleased. If the spiritual master is not pleased, Krishna is not pleased at all. He will say, we already saw the position of the spiritual master. He's a confidential servitor of the Lord. He's direct servitor of Krishna himself. So Krishna will say, if you're treating my dear one like this, how do you expect my mercy? That's what Krishna says. Got it? So Krishna is not alone, right? He's always surrounded by devotees, right? Krishna means Nama, Rupa, right? Name, form, qualities, Guna and paraphernalia and his associates, right? Krishna in Goloka is not alone. He has a lot of associates with him. And those associates, one of those confidential servitors, have come down in the form of spiritual master. So that is their position. He's a confidential associate of the Lord, right? So that's why that's why Krishna is very particular about this. If you serve my devotees, you will get me. If you don't serve my devotees, you will not get me. That's what Krishna says, right? There's a very nice story. Once what happened, there was a I don't know his name, I forgot. Okay, there was a devotee who was doing chamara seva for the Lord. Okay, in a temple, fanning the Lord, like in the altar, like right near the altar, he used to stand and fan the Lord. Okay, and because he used to fan the Lord so from a very long time, and he used to do very sincerely. Okay, so Krishna used to speak to him. The deity used to speak to him. Okay, so they used to chat while fanning. So once they said, once he asked, okay, I mean, everybody used to see him talking to the Lord, right? People who were sitting outside. So what happened once when this person came out, all the other Vaishnavas there, they were like, you go ask Krishna when I will get delivered. Okay, like one of the Vaishnavas asked, you speak to Krishna, no, every day. You go and ask him when I will get delivered. Okay, then he was like, okay, fine, I will ask and let you know. So next time when he went to fan the Lord, he was like, when do I get delivered? Yeah, so he went and asked, when do I get delivered? Sorry, when does that Vaishnava get delivered? So Krishna says, in this very life he will get delivered. Okay, Krishna said that Vaishnava, he will get delivered this very life itself. Then, out of curiosity, he asked, okay, if that Vaishnava is getting delivered this very life, what about me? I'm fanning you, right? When will I get delivered? Then he was like, some number of janmas, Krishna said. I think from some 10 janmas or thousands of janmas. After so many janmas, you will get delivered, Krishna said. He was like, what? He was like, what? I am fanning you every day. I'm confidentially serving you every single day, right? Like near your altar. You speak to me. You don't speak to others. You speak to me. See the kind of bondage I have with you. And you are saying he will get delivered in this life. I need to wait. He got very angry, okay? And he was like, how can this happen? And then Krishna said, you know what? That Vaishnava is serving Vaishnavas. That is the secret, okay? That person is serving Vaishnavas. You are serving me. What will you get if you serve me? If you serve my devotees, then only you will get the benefit. If you serve me, you will not get any benefit. So when he said that, you know what? That person threw the fan away. He was like, simply I'm serving you. I don't want to serve you. And he threw the fan away and he was like, I need to serve Vaishnavas. I'll go. Okay. So he went out and he was like, all the Vaishnavas were there, senior Vaishnavas. He was like, give me some service. No, I want to serve you. Give me some opportunity. I will serve you. Then they were like, no, you're so exalted devotee. Krishna speaks to you and all. So they were all treating him in an exalted way. Okay. Because Krishna used to speak to him, no? So they were like, no, Krishna speaks to you personally. You do personal seva to Krishna. How can we take service from you? It's not going to work and all. Nobody gave him an opportunity to serve. They were like, no, you're senior. We need to serve you. You cannot serve. So he got very angry there also. He was like, nobody is giving me opportunity to serve. What is this? Then he walks out of the temple and he goes to other places to search for Vaishnavas, how to serve. Nowhere he gets an opportunity. So what he does, he dresses himself, he disguises himself into an old man or something like that. Okay, so that nobody recognizes him. And then, you know what he does? He does like old people, when they cannot walk to the temple, like they have these palanquins or something like that, no, to carry the devotees and take them to the temple. So that seva he started doing, free of cost, did not take any money. So that way, all the Vaishnavas who wanted to visit the temple, but couldn't walk or something like that, he used to carry them on the palanquin and deliver them to leave them, drop them to the at the temple. Okay, so this service free of cost he used to do, right? Free of cost. He served the Vaishnava with sincerity and seriousness, and finally in that very life he got delivered. He went to Krishna, right? So this is the reason Krishna will not be pleased if you serve him. Krishna will be pleased if you serve his devotees. What kind of devotees? Pure devotees, right? So for preparing for initiation, you have to read so many things, right? So many books you need to read, so many concepts you need to be in a position to explain to the interviewer, right? That means you need to hear about Vasudeva, right? The messages of the Lord. How do you get this Vasudeva Katha Ruchi? How do you get this taste to hear about the Lord more and more? How do you get the interest to read more and more, right? How do you get it? Anybody knows?
By devotee association and hearing from exalted devotees, Mataji.
Yeah, devotee association is fine. But what is that one main ingredient needed? That is the success formula.
Chanting,
Yes?
Mataji.
No.
Surrender.
No. Yeah,
Vairagya.
Sharan Prabhu. Huh?
Vairagya.
Hearing about Krishna,
No.
Mataji.
Hearing,
Yeah, to hear. How do you get interest to hear about the Lord? Yeah, Sharan Prabhuji?
Mataji, overcoming our free will.
No.
serving the Vaishnava, Mataji.
Hari Bol. Yes. Serving the pure devotees. Yan Mahat Sevaya Vipra. Not serving normal devotees, serving pure devotees. Right? Now, where do you get pure devotees? We have Prabhupada. And how do you serve Prabhupada? By following his instructions. Okay? What are the instructions Prabhupada has given? Follow the 4 regulative principles, chant minimum 16 rounds, and read my books. That's all he said. These 3 things we need to do every day. This is a part of our sadhana. Right? When we follow his instructions, that means we are serving Prabhupada. We are serving Prabhupada's words, right? We are following his instructions. This way we are serving a pure devotee. And association, when you read every word in the pulpit, you are associating with Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, I'm alive through my books, right? So you are associating with Prabhupada. So do not take these things lightly. They look very small, but the benefit that you get is huge. Okay, and what else? You can go to your local temples and serve there, right? For Sunday feasts and other festivals and all that. If you go, you'll get lot of opportunities to serve. Maybe making a garland for Krishna, maybe cooking for Krishna, cutting vegetables, welcoming the devotees inside the temple, right? So many services you get. Maybe giving water to the speaker of that Bhagavatam class or something like that. Everything is there, right? And we have NND Prabhuji was informing, form teams and go to Mangalore and do physical seva there, right? Wash Prabhupada's clothes and all that, right? So many sevas we are getting. So when you serve the pure devotees this way, what will happen? Our interest or taste for hearing Vasudeva Katha, messages of the Lord, hearing about the Lord, reading the scriptures increases, right? So it goes hand by hand, like hand in hand. Okay, more you hear about the Lord, more you serve. You get an opportunity to serve, and more you serve, you get more interest to hear. Okay, and chanting is like foundation. Without chanting too, we cannot even be alive. Keep that in mind. Like breathing, chanting is like breathing. Chanting 16 rounds a day is like breathing. You cannot say I forgot to breathe, right? Can you say you forgot to breathe? No. Can you say I forgot to eat? No. Same way, you cannot say I forgot to chant today. Chanting is as equal. It's equal to breathing. Okay, so you cannot live without breathing. You cannot live without chanting. So chanting is not even coming in the platform. You cannot compare chanting with anything else, any other form of service, right? It's there in 10 offenses to the holy name. Chanting cannot replace any service. No, you cannot compare. Chanting is different. Serving and hearing go hand in hand. Okay, so we need to always serve the spiritual masters or serve the pure devotees of the Lord. NND Prabhuji, pure devotee, he has sacrificed his life for the temple, right? Serve him, follow his instructions when he says something, right? Just by following his instructions, we are serving him, right? And Guru is very important. I mean, how do I even explain the Mahatva of Guru? It's like once what happened, a devotee, okay, he went to Gurukul, he joined Gurukul, he learned from his Guru. Then Guru said, there's test for you, okay, because you've finished learning from me. Then he said, okay, you go sit under a tree and you start reciting all the Vedas that you've learned. Okay, then for every mistake you make in the Vedas, one leaf of the tree will fall down. Okay, so how many ever leaves have fallen down? That many mistakes you've done. So you self-assess, he said, okay. He went and he started doing all that Om Ganeshaya Namaha and all that. We pay obeisances to Ganesh, right? And then we pay obeisances to Saraswati Devi and all that. He did all that and he started reciting Vedas. He just said Om Ganeshaya Namaha and all the leaves of the tree fell. All the leaves. The tree was like completely, not even a single leaf was there on the tree. He got scared. He ran to his guru and he said, all the leaves fell down. I didn't even start to recite the Vedas. Then the guru said, what did you start with? He said, Ganeshaya Namaha. Then the Gurudev said, no, that is not the way. You need to first pay obeisances to Guru. You need to say Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Dhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. That's why we start, no, a Mangalacharan. We also start with Om Ajnanatimirandhasya. Right? We need to first offer obeisances to Guru. Then only other demigods or anybody else. Even after, only after offering obeisances to our Gurus and Acharyas, we start with Krishna, right? Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. That comes only after we finish all the Guru mantras in our Mangalacharan. That in itself is a testament, right? So first is Guru, then only Krishna. So it's very important. That's why Guru is very, very important. From Guru's mercy, anything can happen. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim. Right? A dumb person can start speaking with Guru's mercy. A lame person can cross mountains through Guru's mercy. Right? So that is the mercy of a Guru. So I don't know which temple deity that was. I have no idea which place that was. Okay, I'm sorry. And I don't know which temple. Yeah. Yeah, so we end here. Anybody wants to recite? One verse, two verse, or any number of verses. You can just start reciting. Okay? Yes, Sharan Prabhuji, start.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I will read it, Mataji, what you have displayed. Hare Krishna.
You need to sing, Prabhuji. In the interview, you'll be asked to sing.
Okay. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Samsara dava nara lida loka taranya karunya ghana ghanatvam prapatasya kalyana gunavarnasya vande guru shri charanaravrindam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So, yeah, so in the interview, you'll be asked to sing or translation. I mean, you'll be asked to read out the translation, not read out. You should be translating the words yourself. Okay, so for that, you need to be thorough with the translations. And more importantly, when you sing this verse, when you sing Guru Ashtakam every day for in Mangalarti in the morning, Brahma Muhurtam, singing is not important. When you sing, you need to meditate upon the meaning. Translation is what is very important. Okay. When you sing, mouth should be singing, mind should be thinking of the translation. That's how the process will work. Okay. So that is Guru Seva. Okay. So when singing, so anybody can do, no? Without meaning, if you just sing, that will not be effective. But when you sing, in the mind, you need to keep on thinking or meditating upon the translation. That is very important. Yeah, next, Archana Mataji.
महाप्रभु कीर्तन नित्य गीता वादित्रमद्यान् मनसोरसेना रोमाञ्चकं पश्रु तरङ्गबाजो वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम्. Hare Krishna.
Very
Mataji.
nice. Thank you. Very nice. Yeah, next.
Yeah, Mataji. Shall I go? Shall I try, Mataji?
Yeah, somebody else raised, no? Kenny Prabhuji. Yeah, go on.
Hrivigraradhana Nityanana Sringaratana Yuktasya Bhaktam Shamiyam Jadapi Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam.
Haribol. Very nice. Yeah, next. Who wants to go? Ashish Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
चतुर्विध श्री भगवत प्रसादो स्वादन तृप्तान् हरिभक्त संघान् कृत्यैव तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणरविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणरविन्दं. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah, Ashish Prabhu.
Shri Radhika Madhavyorapara Madhurye Leela Gunrup Namnam Pratikshana Svadan Lolopasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Sumana Mataji.
निकुञ्जयूनो रतिकेलिसीध्यै यायालिभिर्युक्तेरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्ष्यादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम्.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, next, Namrata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Sakshat Haridvena Samasta Sastre Uktastatha Bhavayatava Sabdi Kintu Prabhorya Priya Eva Tasya Bande Guru Shri Charanarabindam.
Yeah, very nice. Next, who wants to go?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can go, Mataji.
Rita Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Yasya prasada bhagavad prasado Yasya prasadanagati kutopi dhyanyanstuvam tasya yashastri sandhya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Thank you all. Yeah, this is by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Okay. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written a lot of commentaries on the scriptures. The answers which we usually don't find when we have questions when we read the scriptures, those answers are actually given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentaries. He's a very, very exalted devotee and he is very important for our sampradaya. Okay. And yeah. Okay, see, initiation exam, when is it going to be? I have no idea. Okay, first your IDC has to get over. There are a lot of things to be done, no? After that only your initiation exam will be there. Interview will be there. Okay, any other questions, anybody on Guru Ashtakam or anything else? Yes, Namrata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I have a question about this IDC course. This is my first time attending the course. So I was thinking, how far have you moved on, or like which lesson this is, how many lessons I need to
No,
attend?
see, IDC is not started yet. This is initiation grooming. Okay, it's just training on what are the questions that are going to be there in the initiation interview. Based on those questions, we have different topics. Okay, so each topic is being covered. Each topic is being covered in these sessions. This is called initiation training. Okay, there is a playlist also where all the topics are, all the class recordings are there. Maybe you can go through the playlist. You'll understand how many topics are covered, what is covered, right? IDC is something that it's a separate course. It's called Disciple Course, okay? And you need to clear IDC course, and because you need to attach that certificate with your initiation form, application form when you submit, okay? It's very important. Without IDC certificate, you cannot get initiation, okay? Your application will be rejected. So that's why IDC is very important. That will start after some time. After this initial training, that will start. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Haribol.
Yeah. Mataji, if we were asked to say the translation, we can give the gist of the verse asked, right? Or we have to by heart word by word. Kindly clarify, Hare Krishna. If you by heart word by word, there is a high chance of the interviewer rejecting you, disqualifying you. Word by heart will not work. Do not by heart. Scriptures may you cannot by heart anything. Okay, you need to understand and explain the gist of that verse. Okay, like yasya prasado bhagavat prasadat. Say that is for example. Okay, so you know it, right? Yasya prasad means pleasing. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. If you are pleased, Bhagavan is pleased automatically. So that way when you sing the verse in itself, you'll get to know the meaning in your mind, right? If you've read the translation properly and understood it properly, then the meaning will automatically be there in your mind and you can just explain in your own words. Okay, so do not by heart anything. I request you, please do not by heart anything. Okay, yeah, any other questions? That is the reason I told you, when you sing every day in the Mangalarti, think of the meaning, meditate upon the meaning in your mind. Mouth should sing, mind should meditate upon the meaning or the translation. Okay? Yes, Namrata Mataji, any other question?
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you again. So I have another question. How long does this grooming or training class will go on?
It's ideally 2.5 months, probably,
Okay.
or at least 2 months. Okay?
And how far are you? Or
I think, I'm not sure. Nandita
okay.
Mataji will have the details. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? No other questions? Okay, then we can end. If you have no questions, we can end. Okay? वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा थैंक
Hare
यू ऑल
Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank you so much.